You have been speaking things, they've not come to pass. I tell you the reason tonight. The Holy Ghost is not working. You are the one working. That's why you sweat, nothing happens. When the Holy Ghost begins to work, you can now glorify God. The second operation of the empowerment ministry of the Holy Ghost is to prosper you in kingdom engagement. Have you seen people who died of high BP serving God? They are the ones laboring with the design of the flyer. They are the ones calling the people printing it. They are the ones following up for it to be distributed. They can't rest. Because you can't prosper in kingdom enterprise until the Holy Ghost goes ahead of you. I told you my story. When God says to come to Abuja, before he gave me the instruction, he led me. Do I use the word lured me now? Because if I knew, I would have done some savings. He led me to scatter all my seed. And then he gave me instruction, come to Abuja. Where? You are not sending me to Gombe. Where all I need is to come and start praying for people to gather. Do you know what Abuja is like? Where everybody is pursuing survivor. How can you tell me to come here now? You want to rent a hall. Sometimes they tell you 1 million per use, 1 million naira per eye. What is that? Up until inaugural service, we were trying to say, okay, wait. I say I will pay. Relax. Until that morning, I was invited to minister somewhere. I came and preached. The people couldn't sit down. One person gave me a check of 1 million. He said, I've not heard it like this before. Before I knew what was happening, God's servant stood up and said, let's give an offering. I left there with 40 million. What's going on here? Before I knew what was happening, we said, oh, we are looking for a way to get network. The person they hired to set up the network, the guy traveled to Lagos, he couldn't sleep. He came back and said, no, I will install it for free. I will install it. And let me go and sleep. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. Until the Spirit be poured upon us from on high, then the wilderness can become a fruitful field, and the fruitful field can become a forest. That's why Jesus didn't run into the city. The Bible said he was endued with power from on high. He said he returned. Luke 4:14. In the power of the Spirit. It was the Spirit that spread his fame abroad. It was not billboard. The Spirit spread his fame abroad. Everybody began to talk about Jesus of Nazareth. When you read the synoptic gospel, many times you will hear, and they said. It's not his disciples that spread his name. There were some people that the Holy Ghost inspired. They will say, have you heard of this man? Have you heard of this? They will not rest. You cannot prosper in kingdom enterprise until the empowerment ministry of the Holy Ghost is activated. Many people are dying trying to please God or trying to do the work of God. Sir, rest. For those of you who work in the power ministry, you know how it works. If you want to use your faith all the time to pray for the sick, you know sometimes you struggle. But when God begins to give word of knowledge, pap, somebody is here, left ear. As you are saying it, the ear is open. You don't need to shout. Pap, somebody is here, fibroid is gone. If the Spirit alters it, is done. The same way you operate in word of knowledge in the service, that's how you operate kingdom business. You rest in his presence. If the time comes, he tells you, call this person. And you call the person, you are talking. One thing leads to the other. You say, we are trying to do this. Really? Something happened. A call is made to another person. Another person makes a call to another person. You are sitting where you are sitting. Things are working. So for you to activate the dimension of the empowerment that prospers you is to rest in the presence. We have no culture of resting. We are in anxiety trying to make things work. That's why nothing works. The Bible said a great while in the morning. Mark 1:35. Jesus went to a solitary place. There he prayed. He just stays with the Father. Go to the market. And he comes down from the mountain. He goes to the market. He opens blind eye. You now say, okay, when you start ministry, start from the market. You will die. Because the next day, as he comes down, he goes straight to the synagogue. Another time, as he comes down, he finishes a crusade. Where you think he should rest, he is going back to seek the Holy Ghost. Because if he misses him for a second, he's in trouble. And Jesus will finish a mighty power meeting that you think he should go and rest. He said, let's cross over to the other side.